and
Whoa.
I am white cheddar. Should have started with that, but we got some news today. We had BlizzCon, and it was all online this year, which I'm kind of glad they did, because was it last year E3 was kind of lame, because all they did was kind of just throw out trailers every now and then.
Yeah, pretty much.
So
with no gameplay.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. BlizzCon so far has showed us some good gameplay. Granted, there wasn't a ton, but the things that did happen were pretty great. For us, especially, because we're big fans of Diablo. Diablo 4 had the Rogue class introduced, which is sweet. By the way, I forgot they had a trailer for the Druid. I'm pretty sure I heard.
Wait.
Not Baldur's Gate, but they mentioned Druid during their stream. And I was like, did they just leak it on accident by saying the word Druid? Because he said Druid during the trailer. So, I'm not sure if that was an accident or what. But yeah, so the Rogue class looks super cool on top of the other two. Hold on, sorry. And, yeah, it looks fun. The cinematic was really cool. And they showed a bit more gameplay from the actual game. It's still, there was no release or anything that I heard during it. Like release date, expected release date.
Skeptical on that.
Yeah, sadly.
Point my team in the right direction. They'll find access.
But what I'm really curious about is like weapons, like because they have specific class weapons.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like in Diablo 3, you would have, well, everybody could like use any weapon, but then there's like the secondary, like accessory that's specifically for them.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So like the Crusader had its flail and could two-handed weapons and shit like that.
Yeah.
So I wonder, yeah, just like I feel like the loot system is going to be completely different because when they were talking a lot about the mounts and there's even character customization. Yeah. I don't know if you knew about that, but they showed a little bit of it for the Rogue, where they were changing her tattoos, changing her hair color, and even changing the color of her armor. So I was like, what does that entail? Is it going to be the... what game did that recently, where it didn't matter what color armor you had, it changed to whatever color set you had? I guess Xenoverse kind of did that. If you got that set of armor that could be changed colors, it would just change it to the color that you had. And that's what it seemed like it was doing, and you could like have a hood on and a mask up. But like, it was strange. I couldn't tell if they were trying to say like gear is not going to change your appearance, but they didn't say that, obviously.
I'm pretty sure like they have to have that.
They have to. There's no way it doesn't. But they did show like some of the horse stuff. Again, I'll go back to that, where they said you get new hooves for it and actually increases the speed. That was really the only stat boost they mentioned, but they said you can get armor for the horse, and like you can actually hang trophies off the horse as well. Maybe you unlock boss heads after you kill them, kind of like in some games where you just get heads and then you can display them on your horse, have it carry it. Kind of like in Gears of War, where he carries that dude's head on his side. Yeah. Maybe it's something like that.
Did they say anything about like different horses or just?
Yeah, they did. Well, different color horses and stuff like that. I don't think they really showed like different like animals to ride. I think it's just horses. Which again, since they mentioned that the game is going to be not jousting, you're not going to be fighting from a horse. It's just for transportation. I don't really think they need more mounts, but they could definitely add more. Maybe as season rewards, which could be a better incentive. I did see a bone horse.
Yeah, but I'll say they should have horses like that, because aren't there, like, for, like a little pet thing you could have in Diablo 3 is like a unicorn?
Yeah, dude, there's no way they're not gonna have unicorns.
Like, they should have, like, demonic
like
horses, mystical horses, and all that.
Yeah, if they make them season rewards, I feel like that's more of an incentive than just pets, because horses in that game seem like to be a lot more prevalent. Yeah. Pets were cool, but horses are literally interactable. So,
yeah.
You know, pets at least got items. I hope they're still pets. I wonder how that's going to work as well.
I wonder if it's going to be like rarity of horses. That'll be like
Yeah,
Maybe a horse that leaves like a fire trail, like the modern one. Or...
that would be sweet. Oh yeah, maybe they will have some type of like, they could have like an offensive
Aura to
help.
'em, radius.
Yeah, maybe there's a healing horse that when you're on it you have increased healing. But also I could see that being attributed to the armor. So maybe the armor when you get on your horse will increase your life regen or give you better mana or cooldowns get decreased. Stuff like that I could see happen.
Yeah.
Stand by for coordinates.
Yeah, we could. I hope it's really good, and I hope we see a demo or a beta come out soon, to where we
Yeah.
really get, because they had that closed beta not too while ago. I'm pretty sure, didn't they?
I think that was I want to say wasn't that in like what was it at a specific location? I don't know if it's big
Yeah.
it was like that.
Oh, I don't think it was. I don't think it was a.
gaming event.
Yeah, I don't think it was a location. It was where they streamed it, kind of like they did for
Yeah,
Valhalla, for Ubisoft. Yeah, I think that's what it was. So yeah, you're kind of right. But yeah, but I hope they do just like a open beta, even if it's a closed beta for people who pre-order it, because we're pre-ordering it. like it's a game that's inevitable we're getting. Like I couldn't, unless something comes up in the future where you're going to the army or I'm not in a position or Corey's not in a position, we can at least wait and see what it's like. Because there's no way if it comes out while you're in Iraq that I'd be playing it without you. I would just tell you like it has good reviews.
Acknowledge waypoint
Also, I
coordinates.
don't think Diablo 3 like for consoles or anything when it first released didn't have a beta or anything. It was just they just released it.
Yeah, that's true. Well, because it came out on PC first.
I should have known Maxis was doing record.
So they already had a base. Granted, on PC, Diablo 3 did really, really bad at first because they had a lot of issues.
Like that auction thing that shouldn't have been in it at all.
Yeah, I wonder if they'll do something like that again.
How's life treating you under
Probably
the sun? We'll do this.
They caused them a
Just have
lot
Agent
of
Max is ready for
issues.
evac.
Yeah, they better not. I guess at that rate.
Because I think the problem is like after you get to a certain point in the game, like what we had, it just becomes the same. You get your setup and that's pretty much it.
Yeah. That makes sense. So then you're just selling everything. And...
Yeah.
Ah, crap. Yeah, they did. I wish they would have showed a bit more of the loot drops, because like in all the gameplay, there was never just loot drops. It was just stuff, just them
Yeah.
killing. Which again, is fine because I want to see that raw gameplay, but I also want to see the loot. But maybe they just haven't perfected it yet, and maybe how it looks, how it drops. Dude, they showed some 3D rendering of the swords and like some weapons for the rogue, and it looked really good. Like, it
I'll
looked
say also,
really good.
oh yeah, it was, yeah. But like with the rogue, like how she uses blades and a bow, like
Pain in the butt.
Mhm.
I wonder like kind of stuff you get for that.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sure maybe dual blades will be class exclusive for her.
Yeah.
I learned something interesting. We'll touch on this, but for Diablo 2, that classes could use any item in the game. It didn't matter what class you were, you could use it. And I thought that was interesting, and I had no idea that was a thing. So I couldn't see him really doing
Yes,
that.
good. Just need the other two
Because I feel like it was fine the way it was. It made characters feel like they were more unique. And there was actually a reason to use them for some of that class exclusive gear. Like when barbarians the mighty weapons. It was like, oh cool. Now they're finally unique to their own, because before they didn't really have anything that was
Yeah.
unique to them. Like wizards at least had wands and orbs. The witch doctor had his voodoo shit and his little knife.
Yeah.
It was just like the barbarian just had
Templar
weapons.
had the flail.
Yeah. Well, the flail, on base game, at least, and the monk had brass knuckles, but
Yeah.
all that guy had was fucking gloves. Let's just put them up there. And they had like star hats. So yeah, you're probably right. I'm thinking maybe there will be a primary and a secondary, but I don't know. I think
Because that's what's going from the road. Because like in the Diablo 3, there was no secondary weapon. It was just that one weapon. Like Demon Hunter had either the bow or the little crossbows or the big heavy bow.
That's true.
And then because like they never had two weapons, it was just that one. You didn't like really switch, and in that one they were actually slashing and shooting. So
See, that's where I wonder, maybe just for the rogue, she actually has a primary and secondary, and her abilities utilize both. So like you would have a sword as a primary, or the daggers, and they would go. Got a little crazy there. But like they would you'd use one ability where it makes you use your daggers, and that's what I thought. I was like, maybe the bow is her primary, and then all of her abilities are her daggers, which it seemed like could be true, but it didn't really play out that way, so I'm not entirely sure. I don't think we've seen the
gameplay. Oh yeah.
I don't think we've seen character armor screen yet. I don't think. I'll have to look into it, but I'm pretty sure we have.
I think when they did the one a year ago, they had like some type of
Super beta basic, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Because I think they did show it off, but I think it's still a work in progress.
Well, that sucked.
Yeah, because then that would really give us an idea if we see the rogue and stuff like that, or if some beta testers get a hold of it again, even alpha testers, and they can release some content. They would let us know, I'm sure. Because Diablo 4, it's going to be great. I hope. It better be. It has very high expectations, and it should. There shouldn't be any lower expectations for a game that's a sequel to something, in our opinion, because we beat it 8 or 9 times, so we have some room to talk. Really good. We didn't play the other Diablos though. At least I hadn't, but I don't think Horizon has either, because they were mostly PC, I'm pretty sure. Diablo 2.
Yeah, it wasn't console or anything, it was just PC.
I know we had Diablo 2 for the PC, and it came in like 4 big boxes, and you had to install like 8 discs. And I remember getting it and not knowing how to do it, but I think my dad did. And because he's actually excited about Diablo 2 coming out. And I was like, I remember that being in our house for a while. But I guess that's a good way to segue into some Diablo 2. It's getting remastered, so huzzah. That'll be a good opportunity for us to really kind of see the origins of Diablo for the first time, in our sense, where a lot of the mechanics for 3 came into play. I heard talk that Diablo 2 had a lot of PvP, and that was like a big point of it, and I thought that was kind of weird. I just don't see Diablo being a fun PvP game. Like, it just doesn't sound like it's a good time. It's just, all you're doing would be just pressing the same buttons. It's almost like a MOBA, and we don't really like MOBAs in Horizon. It's just, they seem pretty repetitive and it's pretty boring. There's zero progression after matches besides skins, and that's not very fun to us. But going beyond that though, with Diablo PvP, I really didn't know how it worked in Diablo 2, so I can't really say or comment. It seems like a game that was before its time, so I couldn't see PvP being even that fun.
Yeah. What you want.
You go to the portal. Before you get overrun, you're getting jumped. We can talk about both.
I know, like Diablo 3, they have that little where you can, like, versus each other, maybe. It'll be, like, more just 1v1.
Yeah.
They have that little area.
That's true, so it maybe in Diablo 2 it's the same thing. I guess if someone watches, or they can let us know in the comments, that'd be great.
I
or
can't
I'll
really
look it
see,
up
like, a
afterwards.
massive thing, because, like,
Kind of like a big PvP arena, yeah.
Yeah.
Seems very unlikely. It's one of those things, like, who knows. So, with Diablo 2 coming out, we're going to be getting that. It did say 2021, so it is this year sometime. Not sure exact, well, we're probably thinking, I hope it's August at the latest.
Well, since they didn't, like, even say a release, they're also the year. Like, I can see that being a holiday release.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I don't know, I could see it dropping in August. It could be one of those games where they don't really give us a date right away, but then it comes to turn out that, oh, we're gonna give it a lot sooner than we thought. It would be pretty nice if they did though. Just all of a sudden, hey, guess what? It's coming out next month. Like when it's July and they tell us it's coming out in August, I'd be way more okay with that than them wasting our time. I know. I think it's hard to focus a little bit. It's hard to focus on two things. It would be a bit mellower, but we kind of lost track of what we were doing in the beginning.
Because, like, just saying 2021, they're probably still worried about COVID and all that.
Yeah, so they don't want to
expectations, like, give people, oh, yeah, it's going to come out this, and then it doesn't. That's what all these other things are doing.
Yeah, just like being disappointed that your game that you're looking forward to gets delayed, like Outriders.
That's what, yeah. Because that's what God of War Ragnarok did. They just said 2021, but they never did.
Strike team. Exfil windows
And
closed.
it's expected to probably get delayed.
Wait, really? It's 2021? I had no idea.
Yeah,
it was that early.
2021. Yeah.
It's kind of crazy, actually. Seems a bit whack. Seems really early. And then yeah, Diablo 4, who knows when that comes. It looks like it's getting really complete. I think they're maybe in the final stages of development where they're just like adding more stuff and maybe maybe a couple more characters, I hope, like the Witch Doctor, bring it back. And maybe already put those DLC characters in there already, or they're just gonna put them in as DLC again. Because as long as there's more than 4 right off the bat, I think I'd be okay with more DLC characters. It just really depends.
I can probably see that one coming out in the next year too.
Yeah, which sucks. That's such a long time.
That's probably why they're releasing Diablo 2 remastered at the, which I'm guessing probably
this year.
And then people could play that a ton because people used to play that a ton before, so they could rely on that instead of people wanting Diablo 4.
Yeah, that's a good point. I could definitely see that as well. It kind of holds us off a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're having day 2 Blizzcon, so maybe we'll see what they're doing with that mobile game of theirs. I saw someone say, like, it's literally been 3 years and we still don't have a release date for Diablo Immortal. And I've been pre-registered to it since it came out. And I've been just waiting, just like, when is it going to come out?
They probably was waiting for the news to die down about, oh, guess what, Diablo Immortal Mobile? And like, nobody wanted it. They wanted more news about Diablo 4, so they're probably waiting for all the hate to go down.
Yeah, I guess so. Like, maybe that's what tomorrow's gonna be, because I think today was Hype Day, and tomorrow's kind of like, well, kind of what else are they gonna put? Because today had Overwatch, it had more WoW stuff that WoW people are excited about, it had some, what else? Yeah, Diablo. I said Overwatch. Overwatch 2 got some content. Apparently they talked about it as well, but I left the stream as soon as it started. Because, as I said, MOBAs, I don't really care. I'd rather spend time doing something else.
Left side.
I should have given you that. I don't know why I did that. Oh! Oh, what? Hold on. I gotta focus for 2 seconds. Okay. Oh, this is a good idea. Yep. Okay. Oh.
Really hard and then it's definitely probably going to be the end of next year, and that's why they have Diablo 2 coming out.
God, what if it comes out at like the same time? Like the next Grand Theft Auto comes out like in a few thousand years.
No, since they have well, they do show something about Grand Theft Auto. It's probably going to be real soon when they release it.
That's true. I really hope we see something of substance at the E3 this year.
Yeah.
Like since last year E3, I understand why it was kind of a debacle because it was COVID just hit. It's like they didn't really know what was going on, and they just. This year, I feel like they might have a bit more prep time. Maybe that's why BlizzCon has been so good. Because they actually have prep time for it.
And, Rockstar, like, I can't see them making any bad games, like, not at all.
Yeah, they would really ruin everything. Great
They're
or
all
good?
successful. They all make the money and all that, so.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And they don't want to pull Cyberpunk, most likely. That's also the other thing. Cyberpunk probably set the tone for a lot of games nowadays.
Yeah, that's very true. Real quick, do you have a blue weapon?
I do.
Okay. Alright, so I guess I'll go a bit back to Diablo 2 because I watched some kind of the breakdown for it later in the day.
Yeah.
And it showed the lighting element, which I know we talked about a little bit off stream, but I'm gonna mention it again. And it looks really good. It's like the caves are literally pitch black, and all you can see is a very dim lit area around the character, and the wizard shoots some fireballs, and it just like it casts to the wall, and the lighting effects go, and then it makes a little fire, and then it goes away, and then it's pitch black again. So like, while the wizard's doing all these cool fire combos, it's all fire, and then all of a sudden it's pitch black again. And I think that's really cool. It kind of it makes it look like, and they even said this, like kind of a scarier game, which is understandable because it sounds kind of spooky. Running through that, I feel like if it was a bit more probably realistic or better graphics, the HD looks good, or not the HD, but the remaster looks good, just not like, oh yeah, we need this. Good. Oh yeah, there's you go ahead. Yeah, the price. A lot of remasters. I don't know. I feel like remasters lately have been fairly well priced. Like,
yeah, but since like it's a game that people can play forever, and it's Diablo 2.
Yeah, and people will.
It's
play
not
that
like a
shit
little
forever.
game. So.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And well, like recently with Nintendo Direct. So, like I said, they remastered Skyward Sword, like I told you, and but that was originally for the Wii, and it's an HD upgrade, is all it really is, and they adjusted a lot of the movement controls because yeah, it was for the Wii, and it's $60.
Really?
It's a full price game, they said, and if I'm I didn't look it up if it was 60, but they said full price game. And I thought that was a bit whack, and I heard people complaining about that, which rightfully so.
Yeah,
like,
if it's not even a full like.
It's kind of just a resolution upgrade, and they made it a bit better on the Switch because the motion controls are still there, but they're more optimized. It's like, bro, they could have. I feel like for remasters nowadays, unless it's a completely new game like Demon's Souls, they have to be $40.
Oh yeah.
Like at minimum $40.
So what was it?
Was it Reckoning?
No, that was a trash one too.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It wasn't very good. I actually don't know. I think it was $30.
I think that was
30, 40.
I think it was 40. I think it was 40. But that one was like trash.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, a lot of them haven't been great.
But since it is also Nintendo, and like they have their own set of games, like, and they never have sales, so.
Yeah, exactly. Again, like Breath of the Wild was.
They can get away with it.
Breath of the Wild is really good. Yeah, Breath of the Wild is really good, but the thing is still like barely on sale. Like I recently saw it finally for $40, but that was like a Christmas sale or some shit. So,
yeah.
And now it's back to 50 used still. It's a bit whack. Like I really want to play that game, but I ain't paying that much for an old game at this point. Like I would much rather wait and get it when it's really old, unless it goes up in price, which I can't see it because it's in this day and age. Like I don't know, a game that's really good, it should be pretty vastly distributed. So there shouldn't be any issues with it.
Cheapest like any Nintendo game gets is $40. That is the cheapest.
Yeah, exactly, and usually they're still not worth $40. I want to look up to see how much Mario Golf is. Again, that game's gonna be fun, but like $60 fun? I don't think so, man. But again, I guess that's for some people. Their whole life is that. So like, $60 is normal to them because if they don't play COD or they don't have, I don't know, Divinity or anything like that we have. It's just, it is what it is.
Everything about Nintendo is just expensive.
Yeah, exactly. It's like Apple but for consoles. That's what it feels. It's a bit whack.
Controller price is ridiculous.
Yeah, dude, yeah. Again, when me and Jasmine were buying them, it was like $70. That's how much this new DualSense on the PS5 is. It's
Yeah, and
crazy.
these have so many functions.
Yeah, they have like, awesome 3D vibrations and the adaptive triggers, the mic built in, which is amazing, and like the Switch controllers have like nothing.
Yeah.
Like all they are motion controllers. Oh, we're about to get fucked, by the way. Yeah, I was getting jacked up too. Snakes were made there. Alright, let's regain. Oh yeah, but I was gonna say, I forgot a couple things about Diablo 4 that I found interesting. I mentioned it to you a little bit, but they talked about strongholds, and they kind of sound like outposts in Far Cry to me. So like, when you're running around the map, there's these strongholds everywhere that you can liberate, and it'll completely change into a village, almost like in Ghost of Tsushima as well. You know when you liberate those places, and then all of a sudden there's people there, and there's yeah, and even merchants sometimes live there. But that's what they said is going to be in Diablo 4, and I actually think that's pretty tight. Like, to have that, it sounds kind of fun just to run around the map and liberate strongholds constantly, because I could get behind that.
Yeah, it's what kind of events they're going to have in the game, too.
Yeah, like big events and stuff like that. Let me get that. There we go. Oh.
There's, actually, like, I don't know, when they first released the game, like, there should be so much stuff to do, you shouldn't have to worry about, like, running out of stuff to do for a while.
Yeah, we shouldn't be able to get to end game in like 2 seconds.
Like, it should take us a really, really good amount of time to actually get to end game.
Yeah, it should take us multiple sessions, which I will be streaming when that game comes out, so if you want to subscribe and follow us till then, be my guest. That won't be for a while. Yeah, it's kind of like Outriders, segue. Outriders is having its demo soon, literally next week, Thursday, the 25th of February. If you're watching this at a different time. And we're really excited for it. We had high hopes, but we're still just optimistic, because we don't really know how good the game is going to end up being. But we really hope it's good, and the fact that we're getting a free demo without even having to pre-order the game is great. Like,
then also, like, on their page, their Twitter page, like, they tell you so much about the game. It's not like people write a lot, and they're constantly taking feedback from people and answering questions. That's the other thing that's fun to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually nowadays, if a game doesn't do that,
it's gonna be sketchy, kind of bad. Oh, I'm out of ammo. But yeah, that's coming out next Thursday, and we will stream that for sure. It has a level cap of 7. But they mentioned, as Horizon pointed out to me last time, they have a world tier kind of system that sounds pretty cool. And it's for me, world tier. I think it's right back to Division, which seems to keep coming out of my mouth lately with their comparisons. But because I didn't even talk about Diablo's PvP, but we'll get into that later. Let's talk about Outriders now.
I was about the PvP.
Alright, fine, we'll skip right there. So the PvP in Diablo 4, it's gonna be interesting. So they said it's gonna be an optional zones for players to get this like demon corrupt currency or some shit. It's kind of weird. It was like hard to understand and explain without actually playing it. But you go there, you kill other players, you get these demon shards, and you use those demon shards to enhance gear. He was kind of vague, because I don't think they have it implemented completely yet. So yeah, but they said it's optional, and if it's anything like Division, back to that, Dark Zone, optional means if you want the best shit, you're gonna have to go do it.
Did you say there was like special, like, currency?
Yeah, so, it's called like Demon something.
Too.
Oh yeah, huh, there was what currency was it? I forget what it was called.
Yeah, it was like specifically for Dark Zone. Like they had their own market there and everything. Like before you go into the Dark Zone area, so
Yeah.
they have their own little market they use that currency.
Oh yeah, your dark books. That's what I'm gonna call them. Yeah, it'll probably be the same situation because I remember we would go to Dark Zone and literally just try to do these quick runs. Didn't have to interact with any players. We just got to play the game and have good time. And to the left. It's time to leave. But yeah, and it just kind of sucked to know that we couldn't just we could probably run regular missions and get that stuff, but we weren't about to because it would take forever compared to just going to Dark Zone, run a couple levels, get lucky that no one kills you and takes the loot that you just acquired, and take it back home. It's just that part of it that was just it was kind of lame and kind of intimidating. But I guess after the game is a little older, there's not as much PvP going on there. And see, that's what I was talking about with the crystals again. It's like an extraction. So they said you could get them outside of PvP by just killing monsters around the map of the PvP area. But as soon as you go to like deposit them or some shit, that's where the PvP can kick in. It has to kick in. He said, like it's gonna be PvP at that point. So pretty much what that tells me is just like, as long as they don't really lock bullshit behind it, or anything, or it's actually fun. Like if it's actually fun, then by all means, sure, I guess. But I don't know.
The biggest thing is scaling. If you take somebody that has like full gear legendary set, going to get somebody with just look, let me just go in here real quick and
like
try it out, and you get obliterated.
Like my wizard set that literally would just melt every enemy in sight, or like your witch doctor with your army and a half. Like, how is that gonna scale to PvP? Like I'm gonna have to kill a massive wave of enemies just to kill you? Yeah, right.
It's also like if you took the barbarian with my witch doctor, if you just bum rushed me, I would probably just die so fast. Like I wouldn't stand a chance.
Yeah, exactly. But if you ran away far enough, as your army is a half bum rush, but it's that thing too where I don't want them to pull a Destiny and ruin weapons that are really good because they're overpowered in PvP. Because Destiny did, I think Destiny 1 did it more than 2 because 2 they figured it out. But yeah, I really don't want them to do that with Diablo because that's the fun of the game, is the loot and getting OP. And if they nerf shit in PvP because of that reason, it'll be disappointing. And the fact that I could see that happening is because there's PvE in the PvP. Like, hard to kill enemies.
Exactly like
yeah, exactly. You're playing against already harder enemies, and now you have to deal with asshole players waiting for you at like the extraction site. You put in all this work just to get shit on by somebody who someone else put it a good way. He's like, I just want to play the game for 2 hours after I got home from work, but I get absolutely destroyed by a guy who's been playing 30 hours because he has no job in life.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, I agree. Yeah, obviously it's going to be scaled level-wise, but it won't be scaled gear-wise is what I feel like. But, yeah, that's really all they talked about for Diablo 4's PvP. Again, the developer lady said it was a lot of fun and they had a good time doing it, but it's just the lady developer, so. And she sounded excited, like actual genuine excitement, but still, again, it's a developer. You take it with a grain of salt, because of course they enjoy their game. I would enjoy a game I made too, even if it was complete garbage. I made it, so it was fun. But of course.
Be advised. Exfil
Oh,
window
did you
is
get the
open.
max ammo and stuff? Oh, you did? Okay. Okay, so, did you have anything to comment on that PvP?
Yeah, I mean, like, the biggest issue is going to be scaling, though. That's going to be the biggest issue.
And not
Like,
making
anything
shit
in
more.
the game is going to be scaling. Like, literally, like, if you have a full set going to somebody with just random stuff on, the guy with the full set's most likely going to win.
Yeah. How are they gonna determine like levels and stuff like that? Like if I'm a level 10, they'll probably obviously cap it behind a certain level requirement, but I go in at level 30 when I first unlock it, and there's like level 100s or some shit running around. Like, what's gonna happen to me? I'm just gonna get absolutely fucked up. What's gonna happen to me? Even if it is balanced level-wise, like you said, because they could have different bonuses, and those bonuses don't get scaled down. They're set bonuses. They're supposed to be OP.
Yeah.
But maybe that's where the gear having the same type of thing on everything. I don't know.
But, yeah, I hope they don't rely on PvP. Like, I don't think anybody was asking for PvP at all.
Yeah, again, when I was looking through the chat, people were saying, like, again, that Diablo 2 is very heavy PvP, and that's, again, where our lack of knowledge of Diablo 2 really kind of comes into play. We don't really know how true that shit is or what. Hold on, I gotta get back into a good situation. I was locked in. This is not ideal.
Oh, there's your marker right there.
Yeah, I can't get through it. I'm about to die again because I was an idiot. Dang it. It's also a big boy. I'm stuck again. God, I'm an idiot. Yeah, get back to Outriders. So they're gonna have a cap at level 7, and they're gonna have a couple side missions that are gonna open up after you beat like the prologue in the first chapter or some shit that you said.
Yeah. So there's gonna be prologue and then I guess the first opening chapter.
Yeah, which should be pretty good insight to the story of the game, how it's gonna play out in the long run, and just the longevity. And like again, I feel like hopefully that's enough time for us to really figure it out. Oh, and we get to try out every class, which is gonna be fun. So there's no locked classes out of the beta, and that's very nice. By the way, I'm leaving to go to the portal. Because we're at that stage where I left last time because it got too crazy over here.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else did they say about the demo? I don't remember. Oh, it's all carrying over, which is tight. It's if it didn't, that'd be disappointing. And it's not a beta, so it's going to be happening constantly. Like, we're going to be able to play the game as much as we want until the game actually releases. Which means all the grinding we do won't be for naught. Because a lot of times when a game comes out with a beta, or I guess you can consider betas demos, but the fact that they call it a demo. But again, when it usually happens for us, when a game we're really looking forward to, we'll play the beta a little bit here and there, but we won't really fuck with it too much, because we don't want to waste our time grinding for something that's not even going to matter for us.
Yeah.
So, don't want to go out of our way, spend 30 hours trying to get a legendary, finally get that legendary, and then we don't even get to keep it in the full game. But this one's going to allow us to. So, just because they said legendaries are extremely rare, it means we can get them.
Yeah.
Sure, we're going to be level 7.
It's going to be extremely, extremely rare.
And we won't...
said that, so it's like...
Yeah. And we won't have to redo it. We don't even have to redo it too, so grinding it is not going to be as bad. Because that was the other thing too, is like we don't want to grind because we're going to have to redo it when we run through the game for the actual time. But since the characters and the progression all carry over to the full game, if we get it, because it's good, that it'll be fine. And I'm looking forward to finally being able to do that to a game that I'm really looking forward to and actually get to grind it out before it comes out. Like, yeah, sign me up, bud. I want to do that shit. See what else was with that or demo.
I'm Oscar Mike with this SMG.
The max level 7, 2 chapters, and yeah, there's gonna be some side missions you can do.
Feel a little underdressed,
yeah, which
but okay.
Guys, probably like 3 or 4 maybe.
I hope it gives. Yeah, I guess if it's 3 or 4, even if it's just 2, I feel like it'll give us some type of idea of what the side missions will be and what to expect from them.
Free weapon.
Oh, I got a legendary Bison. Good shit. From the box. Okay.
But one thing I'm really hoping is like the bosses. Like I hope there's gonna be a lot of bosses.
You know, weirdly enough, I never thought about it. And I wonder how the bosses are going to be, because we haven't really seen, like, creatures or big people or or, like, enemies and shit like that. It's just kind of regular enemies, which is cool. But, yeah, I really wonder what the bosses are going to be. Maybe they'll pull a Destiny and give us big robots and shit.
I know I saw, they showed one boss fight, and, like, it was a guy with, like, actual abilities to, like, your character.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
So, yeah, they're not just, like, basic minions with a gun, like they actually have abilities.
Did they mention anything about PvP for that game, or did they already like deny it?
No, it's not PvP at all. No, there's no PvP.
Good.
It's straight just PvP, and yeah, there's gonna be stuff.
I see.
I think it's gonna be a lot of free stuff too. Like I don't remember them say anything about DLC or anything like that.
Yeah, which means, it probably means there might be some microtransactions, like COD.
Actually, I don't even know if I think they said something about microtransactions. It's not even going to be microtransactions and all that.
Yeah.
There's really no reason.
Yeah, that's true, I guess. I just, like, I hope the company can still make a lot of money, even if they're pumping out a lot of stuff.
With everything that they're showing, like, I don't see what part actually needs microtransactions.
That's true, like, there's no mounts, there's really no pets, there's no, I guess cosmetics, because it's all actual gear. Yeah, you're right, I couldn't really see it. That's where I think DLC would be fine, as long as it's not Destiny price DLC where I'm paying $60 for an expansion that takes me 10 hours. Like, that's way too much. If it's $10 here, $10 there, fucking by all means, man. Send me to DLC land, USA. So I will enjoy it. Let's see what else. I think that's really it for Outriders, because we don't have much other information besides just really looking forward to it. Is really it.
But yeah, like their Twitter page, like they are constantly answering questions and always talking and showing off a lot of weapons.
Yeah, I saw they were showing off
weapons
lots of
this entire time.
Lots of sets and stuff, gear, and I thought that was crazy. I was like, why are they showing that much sets? And I didn't want to see any of it or what any of it did.
Yeah, I haven't looked at anything. I just know they're always showing off new weapon and all that.
Yeah, it's like I follow the subreddit, and the guys are always talking about it a little bit. I never really fully looked into like what they did. I just seen people actually being excited about them. So like that's a good sign that the legendaries are cool enough to be cool. And it seems like the pictures I have seen, like I can't really remember what they look like, but they did look cool. And if they
actually look
unique. Yeah, exactly. So I can see that being pretty fun. And nice again, like kind of compared to Anthem's Masterworks were a little underwhelming. They were cool-ish because they gave it a normal thing, a new perk, a new ability that made them a bit more unique, but they weren't like visually unique, like really.
No.
So it was like, oh cool, I got a Masterwork.
Yeah, like none of them were actually crazy looking and like super special.
Well, I think it was because the issue where Masterworks and Legendaries were the same thing, just boosted. And that was the issue. It's like Legendary should have been Legendary and Masterworks should have been Masterworks. It should be the purple tier and then the fucking gold tier. Should have been exotics like for Destiny.
Yeah.
Where the exotics are all super unique, super high powered, and the legendaries are still useful, but they're not as not as unique and not as high powered. Like it's simple. But Anthem made I guess legendary or purples and yellows the same thing, essentially, is what I'm getting at. Just more damage. All it was Nimbus. I had a really good one, but yeah, again, it was just kind of disappointing.
And the other problem, there's no like special abilities that were amazing. Besides the ones you constantly just reuse constantly. And
yeah,
it's like, oh yeah, you can get new abilities and all that, but nah.
Yeah, no one wanted to.
They had a lot of stuff that they were saying that was not happening. Like there was supposed to be a new javelin suit, but yeah, that obviously never happened.
Yeah, Anthem's back, so like we really don't want this game to be Anthem.
Yeah.
I can't
But
see it being it, but if it does, that'd be
yeah.
very saddening. Saddening.
Did they even delay Anthem? I don't think they ever even delayed it.
Mm, yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. Thinking about it, I really don't think they did. Oh, we got Hellhounds. Um, okay. Well,
It's actually one of the
yeah. If you get a second, we're almost done because after this wave we're extracting. But
Oh yeah, it won't feature microtransactions or loot boxes. Yeah.
good shit.
Oh, I'm hitting
All right, that takes me out of it. A lot of things don't feature that. Thinking about it as much, like
Yeah.
loot boxes and stuff. It's not really a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Like honestly, I to set the precedent of what not to do.
Oh yeah. Oh, even sports games, like that's the biggest
Yeah,
problem with sports games now. Like
there's
they're having
still
a
an
lot of
issue.
legal issues because gambling and the chances of you getting an actual good
Yeah,
character or anything.
and
It's
again,
impossible.
I did that for like 3 years, and I feel like I
Yeah.
never really got anything that significant from it, and I feel pretty shitty thinking about it. It's addicting, and I shouldn't have done it. I did it a little bit this year, but I stopped a lot quicker than I normally do. Like a lot
Yeah.
quicker. It was like after it launched, and like 2 weeks later, I stopped playing that version, where you spend money to get cool players. I just stopped because it just wasn't worth it. I talked myself out of it, being smart about it. So I'm glad I didn't waste my time and money on that shit this year. I still go in there and like kind of check out what's going on because I'm still interested in it, but I gotta like talk myself out of it. No. This is
Yeah.
garbage. You're gonna hate it. Don't waste your time. Even with the faster load times, it's still kind of annoying.
Yeah, I
Which
think
is
FIFA is still the worst one that does it though.
Oh yeah, FIFA is absolutely the worst. Like the rates in FIFA are nothing. Or
Which of
the rates in Madden are nothing compared to
Yeah, the
FIFA.
biggest thing with FIFA is like just like the worldwide sports, the worldwide game that everybody plays, unlike Madden.
Still available if
Yeah,
you
they're
need it.
getting bank. You say exfil?
Yeah.
Cool. It's popping.
'Cause,
Let me get over there
yeah,
first.
it's just crazy.
Uh, so yeah, that's nice. I don't really mind in COD these microtransactions, especially because we're getting all this free stuff that's making the game fun, and the battle pass I feel like is very rewarding in the sense of just the stuff you get. Like especially this year it seems, because the operators being able to get
A chopper
multiple
inbound to
skins
Omega Base.
is
Limited
fantastic
windows
for
to move
free
your
as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you get one cool skin and then you get two more skins on top of it. So it's like it triples your
Oh yeah.
variety right there, and having the battle pass increases that significantly.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty nice. Okay, oh you got it. Okay. I was like, why can't I do this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like games are starting to figure it out a little bit.
Yeah, but yeah, the biggest issue with games, like, they're worried about legal issues, because, yeah, that was the biggest thing with, like, sports games and all that, like, the gambling part. That's why, like, COD pretty much got rid of loot boxes.
Where's this last zombie at? Where'd you get out? Oh, there it is.
Area's clear. I'm picking them up.
Alright, cool. But yeah, exactly. It's just...
Extract team extract.
But yeah,
We haven't really
has
seen it.
This
no
was a big one,
microtransactions or
team.
loot boxes.
Just get back
Yeah.
here in one piece.
But yeah, again, going back to it, we haven't really seen it in new games besides sports games. Once again, like we haven't had loot boxes where you have to roll for a really good piece of gear. Like I can't. But again, the last game that did that was Battlefront 2. I feel
Actually,
outside of sports.
did Avengers actually have it before?
I don't think they did. I don't think they had like little packs you could open or something, or like a box you can crack.
Let's see. I can't remember if they did or not. Like,
Yeah, I know they had
my
that
game
like
crashed.
as usual. 6 crystals for that.
Yeah, it didn't have any loot boxes. They did have that battle pass, but I don't even know how that is anymore.
I literally went up 2 tiers again, so you're probably at 100. Yeah, they had the little mini battle pass, but yeah, I feel like COD really figured out the system. If any other
Oh
COD
yeah.
tries to sell maps and stuff, I think it's not going to do very well.
Oh yeah. No, they literally cannot probably resort to um Well, they made so much money off of like Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
That was the
exactly.
highest they get, and they didn't have to pay for, like, we didn't have to pay for anything.
And I think we bought every battle pass. At least I think I did.
I think we skipped like one or two,
Maybe
like in the
yeah, in the
beginning,
mid. Yeah, and I think you're right. I think it was in the beginning.
cause
But like virtually, it felt like we got every battle pass. So we at least
yeah,
gave them $10 here and there, and we never got to 100. So, so they got some
but
monies out of us.
yeah, and like zombies mode can't ever have like paying for map, like you shouldn't pay for anything else in Call of Duty anymore. Like that's how it should
Mhm.
be.
Yeah, because again, it was so disappointing to like even when we got World War II for free and we got it to try the zombies mode and all we could play was one terrible map and the
Yeah,
rest of the cool maps were all DLC for like 15, $20. It was like,
yeah, and every map costs $15 just for one map.
yeah, we weren't gonna do that. Like, are you serious, bro?
Like it forced you to get the season pass pretty much.
It literally does. Yeah, you're right. Like, no. So yeah, again, any COD that comes out in the future that doesn't have this kind of system where we get free content, but the deals, the sorry, the money grabber is just cosmetics and blueprints,
Yeah,
which are again just cosmetic, but they're still fun to use. And
yeah,
I
I
don't
know.
know.
Well, probably was a Modern Warfare. Apparently, there's actually some sets that you could buy, like that was blueprints, but it was actually better than the original. Like
Oh
if you had
really?
the same exact like attachments, but the blueprint like you would get from the store was actually better than what you could actually use for regular attachments.
Jeez,
So it
actually.
was, yeah, it was like a secret pay to win almost. Like I don't think it was
Oh,
intentional, maybe, but yeah,
I didn't actually know about that. I think I remember.
yeah.
I say I don't remember, but I feel like I do remember a little bit of that being a thing. I want to say I do. But yeah, again, it's just the next World War II COD that comes out. Like they just can't. If they do, it's gonna flop. It's already gonna be. It sounds like a skippable COD to us.
Oh yeah. I thought freaking Sledge or not,
Mm,
yeah, Sledgehammer. I thought they were gone.
yeah, I remember you telling me they were, and I was like, oh, look, they're back.
Yeah, come on, 2021. Old school. Wait, Call of Duty 2021 has old school COD players excited.
Yeah,
Let's see.
it has old players excited. Like, I really my first Call of Duty was Call of Duty 3, and I
Yeah.
played the shit out of it because it was the only Call of Duty shooting game I had as a kid. And I beat it like 100 times because that's all I just had story mode. So I don't know. Again, that was just because it was nostalgia. I don't really know if they could perfect that again. To be honest,
Yeah, it's supposed to be still integrated with Warzone.
the next one is really,
Yeah.
dude. Seriously, Warzone's gonna have
Wait,
three
this means
games of
all the
guns.
game's guns, yeah, will come to Warzone and the map may get a makeover. Dude, like, that's just so many weapons for them to deal with.
That's awesome. But yeah, that's a lot of weapons to deal with. Like,
Because, like, there's the same type of weapons, too. But,
the
like, they all do different things.
Do you know what's insane to me? The fact that they can do that, but not for regular multiplayer or zombies or anything like that. Like they can
Oh,
have
yeah.
100 fucking guns in Warzone, but they can't
Oh, yeah.
have like 4 snipers in normal COD or 5 shotguns in normal COD. We gotta have 2 every year.
Apparently, yeah, it's supposed to return to World War II again. Even though they already did World War II.
They literally just did it, and it was awful.
Yeah,
It was
it is about
free.
such. I don't understand why the heck that's actually happening.
The game literally became free because it sucked. I assume. Like, there's no way. Or are you
I
tier
don't know.
100, by the way? Did you make it?
Oh, yeah, I am, yeah.
Nice. Too bad you didn't get to see it.
Yeah, yeah. Very underwhelming.
Yay, tier 100. I guess we'll touch on the Star Wars news real quick. That's what we'll
Oh,
wrap
yeah.
up. So Horizon had some Star Wars news he wants to talk about.
Yeah, freaking. Well, they're saying the next trilogy is supposed to be by Ryan Johnson for the one that did Last Jedi.
What?
Yeah, so apparently he's supposed to be working on the next three Star Wars movies.
Bro, what? Why?
Yeah, I don't know, and a lot of people are like, I don't know, it just does not seem like a good idea.
No. It doesn't. It
And
didn't
then
do well.
apparently, yeah, he's saying that Rey and Kylo Ren actually had a romance going on. Like, there was romance and chemistry there.
I could, well, the thing, I could kind of tell there was something, but not to the extent that he's saying romance. Like, there was
Yeah,
maybe, like, I don't want to call it sexual tension, but kind of like attracted to each other tension.
yeah,
Because
it's like,
during some of those head moments where they were like in each other's head, or like she was strapped down and he was talking to her, you could kind of tell there was a bit of something, but not a romance.
yeah, but they might be like good friends and they just want to care about each other. But it's like he was like just trying to bring her over forcefully, like join the dark side now.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
was more
exactly.
abusive than anything.
Yeah,
There's no,
exactly. It was not a romance. That's why.
no,
That's why when the kiss. Oh, by the way, spoilers. But when the kiss happened, it was like where did that come from? That's why it was surprising for everybody. Everybody
and
didn't
then
see it coming because there was no
yeah.
lead up.
I also, yeah, I saw the photo about the person. Like, there's some like super like Raylo fans. That's what they're saying, and they're going crazy. So like the way that conversation actually starts off is like, "I'm sorry, I just don't see the chemistry between them. I would have preferred no romance." And then this person, Sierra Solo with the Ray
Oh
avatar,
yeah.
just goes crazy.
It's like, I wouldn't mind the romance if they actually built on it, but it wasn't built
Yeah,
on it. That's the issue. It was.
I
It
don't know
felt like
how.
it was out of left field.
Yeah,
It's not that we're
and
mad
I
they're
don't.
together. We're mad that it wasn't like foreshadowed more or built up.
And like, what part of like Ray would like Kylo Ren?
Yeah, exactly.
For some, like,
He's
it makes no
hot.
sense.
That's
Like, as far as
Jasmine.
like they knew, she killed. I mean, not she. He, like, before they even knew, killed a lot of Jedi. Everybody at the
Yeah,
school, which I think he didn't, but I don't think they ever found out that he didn't.
yeah, exactly.
Or did he? I can't remember
Or
if he
did
did
he?
or not.
He did apparently. But again, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it just makes no sense. Like, I wish they would have never said they just dropped it. Because, like, they're not supposed to come back to these characters again. That's what they said before, but with Ryan Johnson coming to play, who knows?
Sure, maybe
Because he,
we'll see Ray. Oh, I don't know. I
yeah.
feel like the way they left Ray, I feel like there has to be something now.
Well, it's like, I don't know. It's like that series should just be left alone. Well, not well. That trilogy should be left alone because there's too much mixed
Yeah.
people on it.
Well, maybe
For a
not
Star Wars movie, it shouldn't be that bad.
maybe not expand on Ray, but bring her as like the kind of like a Yoda in Clone Wars, where he was just kind of there, and he has a few bits of dialogue, and maybe you see him fight a little bit, but that's it. He wasn't like a main character. Maybe that's what
Uh,
they meant by not keep like going back to him. But like,
well, I hope they just like maybe further down the line because like what they have right now is kind of boring. There's no like crazy Sith. There's no Jedi to have like those cool Force moments. It's just there's like it felt like there's only two people. Like there's one Sith, Kylo, and one Jedi, Rey,
yeah. So hopefully it's a
and
time
that's it.
skip. Or what they might do
Yeah,
is maybe there's a big time skip, right, where Ray helped bring back the Order of the Jedi, and then now there's a Temple of Ray because she's old or she died a long time ago, and now
yeah,
back to almost Clone Wars era again, where there's tons of Jedi and there's a bunch of like they're in charge of
yeah.
certain groups of the rebels and there's dark side Jedi, and make it more interesting there again. I want more Jedi, not less again.
Cause yeah, I want more. Also, like there was like almost no aliens. Like I hate that. There's like no crazy creatures that was like part of the movie.
Mhm.
Like
Yeah.
there's no different types of races, just all humans. That's the part that also frustrated me the most. I want some
That's
cool people.
That is true. I do want some cool people too. Some cool aliens. Getting back,
Whenever they have
back
cool
to Clone
people,
Wars.
they always get rid of them.
Yeah, exactly.
I hate that so much.
Even
Like
Mace
half the
Windu was
Phasma,
unique.
whoa, look at all this. And like a few
Didn't.
scenes in each movie, and they killed
Yeah,
her.
I was gonna say does nothing for 3 movies and she's dead.
And like she has like the armor like in the Mandalorian. Like it reflects lasers and all that, but yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, was it Veskar that she had? I thought it was
Yeah, I'm
just.
pretty sure it's probably
I thought it
Beskar,
was
because
just
like it
kind of
was
like
reflecting everything.
high density armor,
I
but
think it was Beskar, because like it's like exact same armor as yeah, the Mandalorian.
I'll look it or we'll look it up after this.
Yeah, but it's like I like Star Wars. Just, I don't know, like I just want them to start brand new, fresh with some new characters, and yeah,
Yeah,
no more bringing old people back to the movies.
yeah,
Oh,
exactly.
it's like nostalgia craze.
Yeah, the
Like,
nostalgia
remember
craze.
this? Remember Death Star? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that was big nostalgia. That one.
Yeah. Oh, Palpatine out of nowhere. Not a single reference to him. Yeah, yeah. Granddaughter of Palpatine, Reyes. Yeah.
I actually enjoyed that twist, but
I did not.
he was the Senate for so long. Of course, he had some mistresses
Yeah, but
and some
it's
kids.
just weird.
I don't know. I thought it was realistic in the sense like
Well, it's
he could
like
have definitely had
in the
kids somewhere. He was an old man.
first two movies, but he's supposed to be dead though. But he's
Yeah,
alive.
yeah.
Like,
Him being alive. That's where it's whack. But
what?
I'm more saying Ray being a descendant was okay for me because again, he was an old ass man. We have no idea what his past was like in the sense of
Yeah.
relationships and kids and garbage. But yeah, regardless, it was a mess. In the
Well,
end,
it's
it was a
like,
mess.
and the other issue is like she never showed any dark side stuff until the last one. When Palpatine is like, oh wow, but not in the first or second. Like it was just thrown in like probably last minute.
Yeah, they could have hinted at. Maybe they did. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think I'd have to rewatch it just to see, but all the ones because I haven't. I think I've only watched them all once, so maybe they had hinted at it and it wasn't
Ah,
obvious to us until we watched the last movie. I don't know, but
I
yeah, you're
know I
right.
watched him pretty closely, and there was no hints. It's just Kylo Ren saying join the dark side each movie.
There you go, Michael. There's just that
And
thing.
her saying no and running away and they face off each other. Then all of a sudden they love each other and Kylo Ren is dead.
Bada bing.
Yeah. And Palpatine just gets killed by electricity again.
Tell the mafia works again. Yeah, that's right.
Like, can he turn off his powers? No, he just keeps going and kills himself pretty much.
Yeah, this is true.
But, yeah.
And on that bombshell, thanks for coming to listen. If you did, for some news and whatnot, let us know if you got any comments on it, any feedback, maybe some other additional information we didn't get to and you would like to inform us. Please do. And I will be seeing you later. I'm White Cheddar. That's Horizon. Catch you next time.